Medicare's a mess, confusing mail, non-stop calls, and plans that cost you thousands. Chapter cuts through the noise. One quick free call shows you every Medicare plan, saves you money, and gets you real help from a real human.
Remember we had this conversation, right? That the world is the most entertaining form of content. This is apocalyptic. Will be live streamed, unaliving people. That's going to be the biggest form of content that's going to come out. Watch.
Well, they're already doing it. I mean, it's nothing new.
No.
You mean like Hunger Games?
No. Yeah. Like straight up, like this will be content. People be looking for that kind of content.
And that's crazy. I don't know how. What community guidelines going to authorize that, boo?
Remember, hold on, let me finish. I'm still talking.
Oh.
So the times that we're going in, that's going to be, I'm telling you, they're going to have exceptions for that. After things start transpiring, that's going to be, and there might not be no community guideline for it, but people will be doing it on air because to go viral. But when the content creators start unaliving each other in real life, typically with content, the game is if you're going to have a feud with another content creator, each other's doing it in their best interest to do that to make money, not to really physically have no real beef. It's just supposed to be internet beef. But to go off from the camera and to unalive somebody, you have crossed the lines of content creation.
Yeah,
and
code. It's like, come on, it's not. It should never be that.
Y'all have taken it to personal out of money. The young people will create beefs. Knowing each other, it will blow each other up and make money, not to have a real fight.
No.
So this dude, and then the articles you sent me, I was like, they trying to paint this. I'm like, no, that's not what was going on in this clip. This obviously was a person. They were trying to egg it on. And then I hate how the news, he was just a loving husband. No, the Negro knew exactly what he's doing. Such a lie. I don't even be him. That's some liberal kind of reporting.
Let's hear what's going on.
All right, I'm going to play that, y'all.
Yeah.
So this is the guy. He's the one that get him and his wife get unalived. He's a content creator and the other guy's a content creator. Let's start this off.
Facts, don't it?
Somebody might get blurred because
community guidelines. Community guidelines. My mic got real low.
Oh, there you go.
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because we all.
So the woman that said, "Are you effing kidding me?" was apparently the wife,
right?
And then he caught her too. According to the what I read at the top, he got unalived and she got unalived. I've seen him do interviews, but he's in Vegas. They're a team in Vegas. But so him and the wife, 3 people lost their life that day.
I mean.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just saw the guy standing, and all of a sudden you see somebody shooting. I don't know what happened.
Did you want to see it? You confused?
Yeah, because you see them there.
So, all right, let me just run you a little backstory. It's been a few back and forth with this guy who shot him. Mm-hmm. He told him, "I'm gonna be in Vegas on the Strip. Pull up." Like saying, because most time you tell somebody to be there, they ain't gonna show up and do nothing.
Right.
The guy searched around and found him and showed up.
Wow. Okay, I get it now. So you have to re-blur all of this.
Facts, don't it?
And I think that's the wife, but based on how she was holding the camera, I think that was because he's looking at her camera, so I think that was the wife.
I think that's her too, based off what I saw earlier.
Hold on, wait. And somebody said, yeah. Because she said, don't bring yourself over here. So, yeah, for sure.
Let's get this clear though.
That's insane.
Why? You know what your best approach should have been at that point? Run.
Yeah, unfortunately. What can you do?
Yeah, because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke. But mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it.
So he's talking about the guy. This is before this happened. He's talking about the guy on his stream or whatever they're on right now.
That's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no.
You hear that? And when he's saying this channel, when your livelihood and being strike free is your everything for a YouTube channel. You hear how they talking.
Okay, so he is the one that struck the other guy's channel.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And the guy already had 2 strikes.
I think so.
But there is an amendment, an appeals process that you go through.
It is, but
we know, we've been through it.
Depend on what they're saying on there, the bot still will take the person who's alleging you did this and that. They still take them on hand.
But you can get in contact with a real person.
Yeah, but sometimes they will go ahead and they will flag you just off GP before they even review it.
Friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from you, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man. And he's so close, man.
Fuck that. You know what the first thing I asked you, did you give him a strike? Fuck that. You swing at me, we swinging back twice. Boot him to the motherfucking moon.
And I wouldn't have said nothing. No, when a person give a strike, never, because people will go crazy after that. This him.
Jerome, I'm out here searching for my baby. The fuck? I went through every fucking casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in fucking town. I'm dying to see him. Fucking dying to see him. What are we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll fucking be there. I'll fucking be there. Better fucking believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You fucking think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told. Right? Somebody should have sent me my invite. Mr. Marquez. That's right.
This tells me, even though he seemed like, I ain't gonna lie to you, straight up, he seemed cool. You
can tell
No,
for me, that's you.
He just seemed like just a person that's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. But then you don't really know how far to an edge a person really would go. You don't really know how far people really go about stuff.
The vibes that he's giving off to me is someone who is infuriated and is looking. He's already given you some key words here of how he's truly feeling.
The vibe ain't scary.
To me, it is.
We outside. We doing fuel bar tonight? I'm fucking there, homie.
He could have been like, pull up the
What's
fight.
The fuel bar without the fuel?
Please. No.
We're doing the fuel bar tonight. Fucking go. Or wherever you go, I will be there. Oh man, come on.
And you can't tell everybody to pull up. Because when people say pull up this, they anticipating it doesn't happen. But you always have that 1% that will pull up and show out. And that's exactly
because the guy said some key things that, I'm sure agitated him even more. He spoke on mental health. He spoke on how his mindset was in, doing, things like this. So he already was showing that,
he already on the edge.
Yeah, showing him that he's, the weaker, mindset. To me, that's what it came off as. And to say that he struck the channel 2 times.
And you said it with your lips.
You at his mercy. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to strike you for the 3rd time. And somebody on the channel is telling him to go ahead and do it. Man, this ain't no happy camper pulling up saying, oh yeah, we gonna sit down and talk. This is no vibe of a talking mindset to me at all.
Yeah, because
come on now,
because he ain't raging. He's calm. That's the one thing about scary about when somebody's like, yeah, I pull. Now, he ain't raging. He ain't doing a bunch of talking.
He was a little bit more agitated, but now he's a little bit sinister. That little fake sinister laugh, child. Please, he's just looking. He said he's been to every casino. What does that mean? So he is on a mission. Every casino.
So, because the guy must not be.
It ain't that deep.
He from Vegas. The other guy ain't from Vegas. He visiting, and so that's why he like, I'm looking for you in the casino.
Biggest fan. You know.
Rage. Anger.
And what is he in a Mustang? Yeah. Oh, Camaro.
And it's a shame he didn't think about this. He didn't think. He allowed his emotions to take over. Sad.
You know, I heard that shit. I jumped out of my fucking bed. It came out here so fucking fast.
See?
If you had, and if he had not have said, yeah, I struck his channel, nobody's coming after y'all. Just said be internet feud. Nobody's gonna come after you, especially when they know you. Because at that point, he has been now. If he's already had physical, mental issues, and then now you've created a physical action in his mind. If you'd just kept it a mental thing, he probably would not have come looking for you. But you said you did something physically to me, like trying to take my channel down. No, it initiate that spirit.
I'm very disappointed right now. All this long stream, and I didn't see my biggest fan. Teardrop.
Emotions.
Just know instigators get this shit too.
Wow.
And then let me look at, so if you look at, this is what the news is saying on two different
After
networks.
months of an online feud between YouTubers Feud the Legend and the accused shooter Manuel Ruiz, Fox 5's Molly McBride joins us in the studio with a new look into what could have led up to last night's shooting. Molly.
Well, through one of Finney's friends, we're learning more about what could have led up to this shooting and what Finney and his wife Bubbly meant to the Vegas, Arizona YouTube community. A son, a father.
Oh, he's a good father. He takes care of his kids.
And a grandfather. Derek Ware tells me the Arizona-based YouTuber, Feud the Legend, was just a big, friendly guy.
If something was wrong, he would just always check up on me.
He was a husband, too. Ware says Finney's wife, who went by Bubbly, lived up to her name, lighting up each room she entered.
She would have fun everywhere she went. People wanted to be around her.
He says he actually met Finney through the accused shooter Manuel Ruiz's YouTube page, offering insight on the feud between the two YouTubers.
This was brewing. This brewed for 2 years.
Ware says it all started back in 2023 when Ruiz pepper sprayed Bubbly on Fremont Street.
I was saying,
wait a minute. I didn't hear that part. So they have more than internet stuff. They've had physical plus internet. Ooh, 2 years.
2 years.
But he spray painted. He pepper sprays for her. Yo, that's wild.
That's crazy.
I'm just glad it was pepper spray and it wasn't bullets.
A grim foreshadowing of what was to come.
I said, I don't want to see you here in pain with bullets in you. So let's figure this out.
Ware says Finney chose to never get physical.
His wife said she was okay, so he was just like, okay, let's handle this another way.
Instead, he fought back online.
He controls his emotions very well. That's what I liked about him the most.
Ware says Finney held a weekly live stream where people could speak freely about anything, including their grievances with Ruiz.
Manny was welcome to come on and defend himself. He kept it fair. It wasn't just a bash. It wasn't just let's talk about Manny, talk bad about Manny. It's just everybody's experience.
Ware says as Ruiz lost followers, Finney's online popularity grew, dethroning Ruiz from his position as king of the tight-knit Vegas, Arizona YouTube community. But Ware tells me he never thought Ruiz would escalate to this level of violence.
That's just sickening. He's sick. That's just, what do you get out of that? I don't get that. You just ruined two families.
Yep.
Or that a jealousy-fueled feud would take away his two friends forever. Now, Ware says if he wasn't resting for an upcoming surgery, he could have been with Finney on the strip Sunday night.
Doing what?
His one message to our community, Finney and Bubbly were so much more than YouTubers. They leave behind a heartbroken family.
All right, Molly, thanks, and stay with.
Wow.
So, hold on, one more clip. I want an analysis after we do this clip. So this guy, I guess there's somebody saw him looking at the shooting firsthand.
Next here tonight, new developments in last night's deadly shooting on the Las Vegas Strip. The man police say is responsible turned himself in earlier today. Ryan Ketchum walks us through what happened Sunday night and what one witness saw.
Less than 24 hours ago on this same walkway that tourists are using right now in front of the Bellagio fountains was a scene of chaos after a deadly shooting broke out. One tourist tells me he saw it all happen.
We heard about 7 to 8 gunshots when we were sitting out here in the balcony.
Oh, he shot that
My wife and I were actually watching the fountain view here on our balcony, and just out of nowhere, we heard the first bang. We looked at each other, and then the bangs just started coming. It was a horrifying situation.
Edward and his wife are in town for their 13th wedding anniversary. He tells me that both of them were in shock and fear when the shots rang out.
From where we were at, I mean, it was just so loud. It sounded like it was maybe 6-7 feet away from us. Wow. You know, that's why we got so scared. We don't know where it was coming from at the moment.
Edward captured this video showing the moments following the shooting that killed 2 people. Heavy police response blocking all travel in front of the Bellagio.
Las Vegas Police Department. They showed up instantly, you know, and that makes us feel safe.
Police announcing Monday morning they arrested 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz. They say the suspect walked into the Henderson Police Department, turning himself in. He's being held on 2 charges of open murder with a deadly weapon. Police say this is an isolated incident that may have stemmed from a social media dispute. Edward and his wife returned to the Strip Monday, less than 24 hours later. But despite there being no active threat, he tells me that still, they had an uneasy feeling being there. Do you think you'll ever be able to erase that from your mind the next time you're here in front of the Bellagio fountains, or do you think it's just going to play over and over again?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to erase.
The same sentiment was shared by tourists Monday. Is it in the back of your mind at all now?
Oh, yes, definitely. You know, like, not just here, but just anywhere. Like, since this happened, you got to be more aware of your surroundings.
We are still working to learn more information on what led up to this deadly shooting, such as how many shots were fired and the identity of the victims. We will continue to keep you updated both on air and online with the latest information.
So I'm going to say, all right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. First of all, the news is reporting that. See, I don't like when I know me and you might not agree on this one right here. So the news reporting almost, you know, they reporting positive aspects and such a good guy. That's bullcrap. You can obviously see he was instigating that. He was there recording. He told the man, he wanted him to pull up, and the dude did. You already have issues with a person. First of all, if this dude didn't pepper sprayed my spouse or me before, I'm not going to go out and instigate something because I don't want to take the chance of running to this dude in real life. I don't want no I don't want no deadly confrontations. But y'all make it seem like these are good. Oh, they're just good. He's just a good guy. No, that dude was the instigator
if a person, you know, so you have each individual is responsible for their own actions, regardless. If a person tells a person to pull up, does the person have to pull up? First of all, no.
Some people are about
that. No, it does not matter. The man was, you know, saying all these things, and the other guy did not have to respond. But the ego, the pride, the 2 strikes, and you know, and when that's a person's livelihood, that 3 strikes, your channel is gonna be froze, and you got to work hard as heck to be able to get your channel back up. So the thing is, you know, he didn't take it lightly, and then this was an ongoing thing from 2 years. But nevertheless, I want to say this. The point is, no matter what the situation, people do not have control of their emotions. Period. That is why they do things. They don't think about what is going to happen at the end. They only allow their anger and fury to drive their actions, which is sad.
But look, for him to know where he was, he must have dropped his location. He had to have said that I'm going to be going out tonight, such and such. And then the guy heard it and he went out. Because why would he just every night be at I don't believe the man was out at every night going to every freaking, every casino. How do you know you were right there? You were right there on the street.
He was looking for him. That man was on a mission. He said he went to every casino looking for him, which means he didn't drop his location. He said he went to every casino. So the man didn't say where he was going to be at specifically. At least that's not what they've shown so far. I
think that when he was in the car saying that he went to every location, that was the daytime, and then that shooting happened at the nighttime. He said the guy must have announced that he was going to be out at the casinos today.
Well, I don't know about that. The point is, he said he went to every casino and he didn't find him, which tells me that he didn't give a direct location because he would have pulled up exactly on him. Now, maybe he did, but how ironic was that he was out and he was walking the strip looking for
It's not ironic, baby. He told the guy to pull up and the guy pulled up. Why you think, look at his face? He was like, and then she instantly came up. Don't start that, bull. Man, please.
Well, maybe
they had information.
Okay.
The information is what we don't have is the fact that I believe that man tried. He tested that man to the limit to see if the man was gonna pull up, and the man was crazy enough to make sure he pulled up.
Let's say he did. Let's say he gave him the location. Mm-hmm. It's still, that's where people have to use their own brain and their own common sense and rationalize and give reason. If I pull up, and people don't do this, they don't actually step-by-step process like this. We see it all the time on social media. Kids, I mean, it's insane because people have lost control because they're not thinking about what's going to happen after, or they don't care because anger is fueling and everything. So he didn't think about his family he's destroyed now, nor was he even thinking about, so you definitely don't have no YouTube channel now, bro.
YouTube from prison.
How is that gonna happen?
Prison, because that way you be YouTubing at.
So it's a sad story, But my thing, too, is this: why would someone say they struck your channel intentionally?
That's crazy.
He was instigating and poking the bear, as they call it. But yet, regardless of him poking the bear, the guy should have handled it another way.
There are people in this world that talk, and there are people in this world that are doers. No need to waste time on both. Like, I know that, like I said, unless you have a relationship with a person and you're doing it for content creation to make everybody blow up and everybody make money, that's one thing. But if you're making real beefs and real striking channels, no, that's beyond. That's the next level. That's
stay right there because you keep getting blurred.
That means a problem is about to go down, and that's exactly what happened. 2 people lost their lives, husband and wife, on the strip.
Exactly. It's
strip.
That just lets you know his anger,
Do you
his
know
rage.
How would that suck for? I'm saying suck for the people that's even walking. You going to enjoy yourself, see a live somebody? Man, come on, bro. You ruined everything.
Exactly, because he was not thinking. His emotions overpowered him. He had been thinking about that all day. Whenever he saw that live, from him being on the live that day, watching this, it was just fueling him even more. And then his opportunity came when he told him to come to where he was. But if you're going to pull up, why not have a conversation?
What did you say initially to get him to pepper spray your wife?
Well, yeah, we don't know what happened before that.
It's all kind of details in that are going that try to make the man look like you're the innocent. No, I don't think. Neither person was innocent.
No, but nevertheless.
And you know somebody crazy before. Me and you ain't going to the strip.
Nevertheless, Please. It still did not give him any right to take their lives.
Of course not.
Over a cotton picking strike.
But you can't take a life for a person who ain't there to be available for his life to be taken.
Right. But he didn't have to go. He could have said, okay, whatever, man. We're going to settle this thing online. Get on the show and have this discussion.
Right.
But that's not somebody of reason. He allowed his emotions, his ego, his pride, all that stuff was flaring up. You ain't going to put me, you ain't going, all that stuff was going through his mind. Because somebody who's not going to really care about it and be like, okay, going to humble down a little bit, they would have said, you know what? Blah, blah, blah. It would have been online, or he would have pulled up and they would have had a conversation. Hey, you know what? Let's go and chop this up over a drink or whatever. Let's go and sit down and talk about this, man.
That's why men do it. You don't settle it with death.
Right.
But like they did back in the day, they used to do that back in the duel day. You have a altercation with a man, you take a man's life. That's what I'm telling you. The internet gonna go back to wanting to see that stuff live.
Blurring my vision.
The internet is gonna start wanting to see. The internet is gonna want to start seeing that live. They're gonna start seeing that live. So, all right, man.
That's ridiculous. It's sad. It really is sad. It's sad.
We'll see you on the next one, man. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe.
Learn how to control your emotions, great people. Think about what is going to happen after your actions.
Because ain't nothing coming back from death. Bye.